Turbo Fischl is a electric generator that lets you generate a lot, and I mean a lot of energy. Hey, welcome back. Today I want to talk about Turbo Fischl, which has to do with energy and overloading. Now, this mechanics has been around and been discovered by Keqing a long time ago. You can even see a video made by Kleeful Flames, who is a really good theory crafter when the mechanic was first discovered. Fischl Turbo has to do with the fact that when you proc a superconduct or a overload on Fischl, you'll actually generate extra energy per hit. Let's go back to the intro clip. I want you to pay attention to the purple orb like this one. These are the electric energy generated by us, and can you count how many there are in total? But what I want you to notice is the abnormal amount of electric energy. There are just too many. Normally in Genshin Impact, a set amount of energy are generated every single time your elemental skill hit a enemy. Here you can see the electric energy are being generated one by one. And does not matter how many enemy you hit, a set amount is always generated in a certain interval. So having more enemy does not mean you get more energy. So every single skill only generates so much energy. You can even find a chart like this on Keqing main that tell you exactly how much each skill are expected to generate. For example, starting off with Venti's E. But as it turned out, Fischl being Fischl do not care about the law of Genshin Impact. When OPPS trigger either a overload or a superconduct, E will for some reason generate extra energy. And this is per enemy, which normally is not the case since enemy count usually don't affect energy recharge. So when you throw OPPS into a group of enemy, your energy generation just went up by a lot instantly. Essentially, you just want to trigger overload or superconduct with Fischl's OPPS to hope to get more energy, and that's pretty much the entire turbo mechanics. But where this really shine is to funnel 80 energy cost elemental bursts, for example Xiangling, whose elemental bursts do a lot of damage. But because you're generating so much energy, you can switch from a energy recharge option a more damaging option, and so resulting overall you're doing more damage as well. This is also the case for characters like Beidou, who actually also have a 80 energy cost. Normally, you will look to build some energy recharge, but now you can build damage options. It's the same with Xingqiu, who also have a 80, not this one, but a 80 energy cost as well. With that, we introduced Turbo Team, which basically turned Fischl into a generator for your high energy requirement elemental bursts, like Beidou or Xiangling for example. Using this turbo technique, my Fischl is able to generate so much energy that both of my Xiangling and my Beidou, who both have a really high energy cost elemental burst at 80 energy cost, are able to cast their elemental burst off cooldown, more or less at least. My Beidou is not really invested at all. With a much invested Beidou, can probably kill this off just 2 elemental bursts or within the range of 30 to 40 seconds, which I have seen a lot of people do. And just to show you, you can see that my Xiangling only have 111% energy recharge. I'm using a weapon option, and similarly for my artifact, I'm just building full damage. I'm not exclusively building any energy recharge at all. And this is the same with my Beidou as well. I'm using a damaging weapon and no energy recharge artifact. Even though I don't build any energy regen, I can still recharge this 80 energy cost elemental burst on Beidou, as well as on my Xiangling, and that is the power of Turbo. Now, of course, you're not limited to Xiangling or Beidou. You can do it on Xingqiu, who also have a really high energy requirement on his elemental burst, which is an under 80 character, and that's why people usually build sacrificial on him, but now you don't need the sacrificial anymore. You're not limited to Xiangling as your pyro either. You can do this with Hao, for example, and it worked really well. You can do this with Klee. Just make sure that Fischl is the one who is proccing the overload. Now, you can do this with Superconduct by using a crowd character, but there are not really any good crowd character to pair this with, so we still have to see. Perhaps in the future, maybe when Rosario come out, then we could do a Rosario Turbo. The reason why Turbo Fischl is strong is because characters like Xiangling or Beidou are balanced around the fact that they need high energy requirement to use their elemental burst, for example 80. And so usually what you have to do is to sacrifice damage and build energy recharge instead. But now that's no longer the case. With Fischl, you can just build straight damage and still be able to cast those 80 energy cost elemental bursts. And that's why it's strong. It's because it imbalanced the fact that, and that's pretty much it for this video. A really short video to showcase you about the Fischl Turbo mechanics and how you can use it to build a turbo team around it. I know a lot of you are gonna ask, is this a bug or is this an actual mechanics? And to answer that, I can only tell you, we don't know. Let's see how MiHoYo responds, since MiHoYo like changing all the stuff I make. So yeah, well, anyway, that's it for this video, and I hope to see you guys next time as well, so be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!